Yeah, I ended it. Let me see. Okay. Let me see now what's going on. End the stream. End.
Oh, you sound better now.
All right, we sound good now. Working good. We fine.
Oh, I sound better too. Look at that. We're perfect.
So it was like
Golden.
Streamlabs. Streamlabs just
Yeah.
could not handle what was going on.
Streamlabs was not having it.
Yeah. But now my Elgato is down for some reason. That's crazy. That is wild. Let me see.
What could have possibly happened?
I'll tell you later what happened.
All right.
I'll tell you later.
Curiosity's coming for me.
Yeah, curiosity. Where were we? We were talking about the bat stuff, right? We're talking about the bat stuff.
And then I guess the world government heard and they shut down the stream or something.
Yeah, something like that. Pretty close to that. I feel the reason why I should have ended the last stream with the Pika voice saying like, hey, like if you guys, you know, I know a lot of you guys aren't gonna come through this second thing, but me and Sai are gonna have a conversation, you know, post up on his channel, blah blah blah. I should have done all that. But it's fine. These both will be there, and I will do
be
this.
square.
Yeah. Let me see. All right, we're looped there. Okay, we're good on that front. Y'all theory is right. That's why, and we're back. Dope chapter. Oh, what's up, Kuya? Yeah, I mean, I think like we mainly talked about the Stussy stuff, right? Like the bat stuff, that stuff. I feel like it's still open-ended, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like we just got this kind of major reveal, but it makes no sense in the context of like what we should know of One Piece. And now I'm kind of like, are vampires here? Does she have a vampire fruit? So now actually going back to, you know, the other chapter panel or cover page, was it 1070, right? Where they the Mads team is on the cover. Do you remember?
Yeah, is that Stussy or is that Miss Bakken?
Yeah, that's a huge question mark now, right? Because that looks like our Stussy. I mean, I did a stockings comparison, right?
Yeah.
And like the same stockings, guys. Like you don't shop at the same store as your clone. That's just not what you do. So like this definitely has to be the Stussy robot, right? But like also it's weird because like these guys, you would assume that this is the very beginning. So maybe this is Bakken's. Maybe after Rock's Pirates, Bakken's joined Mads. Huh.
Maybe she had a reason. Maybe she wanted to clone a Whitebeard for herself. She's like, man, I can't get with the real Whitebeard, so maybe let's try cloning him, and then that's how we ended up with Weevil. And then she's like, man, he's too ugly to take as my husband, so let's just call him my son instead.
God damn. That was excessive, Sai. You didn't need to go that far. All right.
Hey, the possibility is there.
Let me see if I can get my Elgato working so people can see what we're looking at. No. What the heck? This is crazy. Let me try this. Yeah, I think Bakken's... Man, I didn't think that, like... Because remember when Stussy said, like, you know, this place brings me back, like, memories or some shit? Like, she's like, oh, it's been a while since I've been here. She said something like that, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, we're going to actually get Bakken or Stussy's backstory like that? Like, I never expected that. And I'm still not expecting it. I'm, like, in disbelief that, like of all of the things that we need backstories on, like Vegapunk still and Mads, like we're gonna get it through Stussy, it feels like, right? Because Stussy was the first successful clone, and we're probably gonna, like, Lucci and Stussy are like, what happened? Why did you betray us? How did she even get in CP0? Like, isn't that like question mark, like a big question mark?
That's a hard one because, like, you know that like Mads was like funded by the world government, so maybe they just wanted this. They're like, hey, program this so that it only listens to the Godosei, kind of like the Seraphims.
So then they're
it could be in the same line of thinking.
So then they're stupider than we thought, because they're like let's ask for a mole and include the mole. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that is really kind of goofy. Hey, ParVision, go back to Miss Bakken's wiki page. Does the pattern of her coat remind you of anything? Spoiler, today's cover page. Today's cover page? I mean, we talked about the leopard print. I have the whole Whitebeard fetish theory. I don't know if you saw that, but today's cover story. Oh, you're saying the devil fruit itself has the leopard print, but it's weird because it's like reverse. And the thing is, Gabriel, thank you for the $5 super chat. The thing is, this is my problem. All of you guys are giving Caesar way too much credit here. There's no way Caesar makes anything successful this early on. If he's failing in our timeline with devil fruits, there's no way that this devil fruit is anything of substance, right? Like look at Queen. Queen's making pathogens, and he's still got something that got no diff by Chopper in 5 minutes. And then look at Judge. All he has is an electric spear. The island where Chopper went to for time skip, they had that already. So Judge's prototype here is already fodderized. I don't want this Caesar's fruit to be of any like it's not.
Caesar's fruit is gonna be the sun god Nika fruit. I'm kidding.
Like, imagine that's explanation. Like, Vegapunk goes like, "Oh my god, that's why Nika, this fruit wasn't in the encyclopedia. It's because Caesar made it. Caesar succeeded." Like, oh god, fruit is mad.
Also, you're right, William. I forgot all about that.
The fruit, that fruit is gonna be the most important fruit in all of One Piece.
Yeah, it's gonna be Eames fruit. That's the real reason why they disbanded the Mads team. Emu was coming down for that fruit.
Subrag, why does Par hate Caesar so much? I don't. Okay, see, the thing is, for you to like, there's hating so much, and there's valid hate, right? Caesar, the hate for Caesar is valid, so it's not hate.
Not really.
Yeah, he has the gas.
What is so?
And like, he's a scientist, and all he did was take the air out of the thing. He could do so much more. He's a scientist who refuses to look at meteorology. That's all he needs to know to be broken. That's all he needs.
Hey. I mean, just because your devil fruit gives you one power doesn't mean you have to specialize. Yeah, you don't have to make that your whole personality, right?
He's awakened, like, apparently.
I'm not judging like Mr. 3 for not owning a candle shop.
Whole personality. His alt name is Gangster Gastino.
That's somebody else. That's like a Stella body, bro. That's a satellite. Yeah, Caesar is so good.
We're gaslighting Par into thinking we love Caesar. That is exactly what's happening.
No, we all love. I think
No.
we actually all love Caesar.
No. See, the thing is, Gabriel.
I gotta look it up.
The thing is, I went on King of Lightning. It was either on my stream or in his stream. I think King came onto my stream, and I just straight ass blasted Caesar, and he was defending him, and I was like, how are you defending? How is King of Lightning defending Caesar?
People love Caesar.
I genuinely love. Par hates Caesar but adores Gangster Gastino. Fair.
All I gotta say, Caesar made it into the top 100 popularity poll for One Piece characters.
When he was introduced as the gas fruit? Yeah, I would have voted for him too because he has the gas fruit. But you know what he did?
2022.
That's a lie. Far ate the salt.
Look it up.
I'm not looking this shit up.
Look it up. Global too. Not even just Japan. Global. Caesar's in the top 100. Do a poll now. Yeah, do a poll in the chat.
I'm not entertaining this nonsense. This is my stream. We're not doing this shit. But something that I just realized is that Caesar is actually, I think we do regard Caesar as awakened. Because in Gangster Gastino form, he doesn't have the scarf.
I think it's just part of his appearance. I mean, the whole scarf thing is more for just Zoans, right? Like Katakuri and Doflamingo don't have that.
Yeah, but he's a Logia.
But we've never seen a Logia awakening though.
True. But who's to say
If Caesar was awakened,
Caesar,
then
who's to say
Oda would have put him in the road to Laugh Tale.
Caesar could be a Zoan, and it would explain a lot.
He could be, yeah.
That could explain his horns, right?
Or it could be just like I don't know, a screw-in thing on his head, like Frankenstein, with like the nuts and bolts.
Wait, in his gangster guest uniform, he doesn't have the horns.
Yeah, see, like it's just a prop.
No, what if this is his base, and then the Caesar the Clown is his awakened form?
Well, we're comparing two
horns.
different characters, though, right? Smiley would definitely low diff Vegapunk's entire island. Exactly. Imagine the iconic trio: Smiley, Gangster Gastino, and Caesar versus the 7 Vegapunks. That'd be crazy.
Not the monster trio, not the monster trio retcon. Oh god, he covers the horns with his hairdo.
They call him the Hazard 3.
Nah. It's funny that like this is where we're focusing on with all the stuff that we learned in the chapter. Here's a question to you. So
Yo, what's
I
up?
think this is pretty on the nose by now. When I first read the chapter, I was confused about what the first panel was about. Which I realized my Elgato is not working, so I might as well just put it like this. But so they're clearly talking about Stussy, the clone, there in the first panel of the chapter, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the other question, and someone pointed it out in this chat, but I also asked the question, when you look at Egghead, it says the strip says 100, but our current time it says 66. What do you think that's about?
Wait. Let me see.
I wish I could pull it up for you guys, but like my Elgato's here. Actually, I can pull it up, but on my phone. I'll do it in the ratchet way. But
And then you said current time it says 66.
I believe so.
Where? In this chapter?
Not in this chapter. Like go to when Egghead is introduced, like I don't know, 1072.
Oh, that's I think that's the defense level, because last chapter it was 102.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Cool.
Yeah,
Defense
I remember because I pulled up a little picture of it and I screenshotted it and I was like, hey guys, look, it's it's threat level 100. Yeah, last chapter 100. It's on there while CP0 is invading.
Gotcha. I have separate computers for streaming. I do. It's because on my main computer I use it for another business thing, so I have like 50 to 100 tabs for that, and then I have like 100 tabs for the One Piece my videos, and then I have like all my video editing stuff on this computer, which I'm going to have split that now, but I have a laptop so I could do the pull up the panels and stuff like that. Makes it easier. I used to be able to draw on it because that was transformative, but Virgo didn't see this. So earlier, this is how you guys would normally, so the panel would be behind the stream chat, and that's technically you guys are transforming the stuff with me by adding comments, but I gotta update that on the other thing. But
what if the special race do you think what special race do you all think Kuma is? I think it's pretty obvious. It's pointing him to be half Lunarian. Yeah. Well, you think so?
I don't know, like the half Lunarian is like an interesting concept. I like half Lunarian versus hybrid, because the thing is, it's like Vegapunk had King. He had King, and the thing is, what he noted of Kuma was his musculature. And so the musculature wasn't like, he had King. So why would that be a surprising thing of Kuma when he had a full-blooded Lunarian, right? So like half Lunarian is a very interesting word, because you'd almost like the Seraphims almost look more like half Lunarians, right? Because it has Boa and then Lunarians. The concept I brought up in the Reverie, and I've talked about before, is that if you go to the biblical references for Seraphs, they were fallen angels, and they had children. When they had children with humans, they were called Niflheim, not Niflheim. And Niflheim were giants or very strong individuals. So it could be hybrid Lunarians, and they had no they had no manifestations of like the black angels, seraphs. It was just like a human that was bigger and stronger, or a giant. And so that might be where giants come from, for example. It could be Kuma is, you know, half Lunarian. I like hybrid Lunarian is what I would say, because like half fishman, but they call him hybrid fishman, I guess. Like Dellinger is a hybrid fishman. So it is interesting. But I do right now, I feel like Lunarian lineage does make the most sense, but then that still falls in the same problem of why would a Lunarian hybrid end up different than a Lunarian, right? Oda could use the biblical reference, right? But then how would he explain that in the story, right? So
yeah, I'm still on the boat of mystery race. I'm not subscribing to the half Lunarian thing yet. Yeah. Until we get like more from it, but yeah, I think he's just a different race entirely. I mean, he would definitely fill the role of the mystery race that Big Mom was talking about too.
Yeah. Caleb said if they clone Stussy, what happened to the original? Apparently the original is Bakken's Weevil's mom.
Yeah.
Because the katakana literally just matches up. Bakken to Buckingham. It's 1-to-1.
It would be, I mean, it could still be a different person, but it would be very shocking.
Yeah.
It would be so shocking. It would be like another plot twist out of nowhere.
I like what Gabriel said. Kuma could be half Lunarian, half Panda Man.
I think Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy might have only recently been promoted to mass status after the other three failed in Wano. See, look, we're masks? Yeah, no, he brought up the mask thing.
Yeah, but you chose that comment to go unhinged. I don't know if you guys have seen. I don't remember which chapter it was, like 1067. Sai went on a 10-minute drunk rampage on his channel.
Well, all I gotta say is I'm glad that our homeboys here have the mask, and I'm glad they're all awakened.
Yeah.
And the Beast Pirates were not. So rip to that. Panda Man has panda ears.
True. What's up,
I hope there's not a clone of Roxy Zabek and Goldie Roger.
Oh, there's going to be.
I hope there's not, but I feel like there might be.
Yeah, no, there has to be. The thing is, there's going to be shadows put into their corpses. They're going to be cloned. They're also going to just come back to life as Clebottermen or souls. So we're going to get them back in like 3 different ways. Just wait for it. Like that's like, I'm sorry guys, that's what we're gonna get.
I feel like we might get like some kind of, I always feel like a Roger and Luffy interaction was always in the making. Mm-hmm. Like even if it's just like 1 or 2 lines, like I think they're just bound to interact somehow, but like obviously Roger's like long dead. Mm-hmm. So I'm not too sure how that would go down. But as far as like a clone goes, it's hard because like we're assuming that Miss Bakken was a part of Mads and she helped out, and that's why she was the first successful clone. Like how would they get a clone of Rox or Roger if they weren't a part of that team?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Blackbeard is the clone of all 3 of them in one. That'd be kind of cool. That's why he has a weird body. That's why he has that's why he can get multiple fruits.
Davon, aka Schoolboy Beats, thank you for the $2 super chat. Blackbeard being Seraphim related is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
But also, that's also another hard one because Blackbeard has been around for a very long time. He's been around for like 40 plus years. Like, how old is he? Like 38?
Blackbeard, I think it's 39, right?
Yeah, 38, 39. He's like around that area.
Yeah. What's it called? Here's another thing. Do you remember the Shadows theory?
Yeah.
Low key, it got proven today. Or not proven, it got supported even more so today when they're talking about what leaves a soul. Or what leaves the body when it passes away. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
I forget. Let me see what chapter it is. But like, you know, that was obviously like a real world experiment theory that they captured. and they apparently noted that like 21 grams was lost when the body
It was Mr. Duncan.
Oh, is that the name?
Yeah, it's Dr. Duncan.
And in the One Piece world, we do know that when you pass away, your shadow leaves you. And so it could very well be that the shadow
weighs 21 grams.
Yeah, like your shadow is the very same thing that they're talking about.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that they brought up the soul thing.
Yeah, it almost
because it's like I wonder if this will be like talked upon more later in the story.
Well, and that's the thing where it's like I feel like this is just like if we go back to where is it? Anything but the afro. Where does he explain it? Ah, man, I'm so rusty on these chapters. 450s. So 456. There we go. Right here. 456. The original and the shadow are part of the same person. If the original dies, then the shadow will vanish as well. Basically, and then he's talking about the zombie. Yeah, and so he's basically saying right here that your shadow is what leaves you here. It's very, very interesting. I'm pretty sure the shadow is the... Now I get the size of Big Mom, 21 grams for every soul she got. That's true. 21 grams isn't that much though, right? We saw Brooke's soul though. Wait, what about Brooke's soul? Like, yeah, Brooke's soul.
We saw like his green soul from his devil fruit.
That's the interesting part because I think in the previous chapter they told us here where is it? There we go. The personality and battle abilities are retained from the original owner of the shadow, though the physical strength will be dependent on the body. The personality and battle abilities are retained, which is like kind of crazy. And I think they also said somewhere that the stronger the soul, the more difficult it was to one tame, but to also remove their memories. What do you think?
I don't know why, but I instantly thought of the clone fruit.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why all the theories connect, Si. The clone, because I remember you didn't know that the clone fruit makes it so that so when Bon Clay touched Luffy and changed into Luffy, a lot of people don't realize this. He actually gets Luffy's strength. Like he gets
Funny enough though,
his voice,
I was
body, and strength.
rewatching like the Impel Down saga and everything. Bon Clay actually says the opposite.
Oh, does he really in Impel Down?
Yeah, he actually says he does not retain the strength. He can only copy their faces.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Because
he actually says that in
when
the
power
anime. So
was introduced,
I was gonna go look at that in the
manga. Yeah, that's
in the
wild.
manga.
That might be why
So-
people forgot, because then maybe in Impel Down they retconned it. They might have retconned it. That's fair.
It could be 100% retconned.
Yeah, because that would be interesting.
Oh, it was what's it called? It was actually a narrator box that tells us that. Because do you remember in Impel Down how like they're like, oh, this is how Buggy's fruit works. This is how Mr. Three's fruit works. So it actually
That's
is
not
in
the
the
manga. I don't think that's in the manga.
Is it not?
I
think
it
it is.
remember that in the manga. Them explaining Buggy's fruit than his fruit? Where would that be? That would be
I actually recall that. Let me see.
That would be around chapter 536-ish then, because that's when Bon Clay and
536.
yeah, that's when Bon Clay and Buggy meet up, I'm pretty sure. So it's either there or prior to that, most likely.
536.
And silly Zilch, the 21 grams thing, is that a theory real life? Yes, it was. Dr. Duncan apparently. No, wait, he copied Nami's boobs, didn't he? Yeah, he copied her boobs too. So it can't be just the face. Krishna Adhikari with the $5 super chat says, so Sussy sucked his blood so she low-key could steal his power right from bloodline elements or whatever. I'm sure there has to be some kind of process in between. I'm sure there has to be some kind of process in between there. And just to let you guys know, I should have said this in the previous thing that was ended because we turned into Pika and robot voice, but I'll be ending the stream in a little bit. I think we covered a decent amount of stuff that, you know, we've talked about here on stream, and you know, but if you guys enjoy this conversation, just know that me and Sai have these conversations every week that there's a chapter, and on Sai's channel every week. Oh, we I
actually found it.
Oh, you found it. Let's see it. Okay.
It's chapter 531.
All right, I was close, considering I didn't think that existed. That's wild. Now, let's see what it says.
So it doesn't mention like the physical aspect. It just says he can only make himself look like somebody else. So Mr. Bon Clay, 2 powers. He is a mimic man who has eaten the clone fruit. He can make himself look like anybody just by touching his face with his right hand. And that is it. They mention nothing about physical strength. But I think in the anime they do, though. They like expand upon that. Because obviously the anime like adds filler.
Which is interesting because even the touching his own face, that's not part of his devil fruit power, apparently. Higurashi doesn't need to touch her face to change the face, and she had his power.
Really?
Yeah.
Higurashi, like, he didn't?
Yeah, Higurashi was changing her face without touching her face. Changing the body without touching her face.
Oh.
Yeah, that was noted on the wiki, and then like in the manga it showed that, and I think in the anime they doubled down on that. So they're saying that in that context it might be that each power not manifests itself, but that's the imagination part of like devil fruit powers, where it's like you might not when like the same thing with Katakuri, right? Like if you gave Katakuri's fruit to Moda from Lulusia, she wouldn't be able to use the fruit the same way Katakuri could, right?
Yeah.
Higurashi touched her face. I don't remember her touching her face.
I feel like she did touch her face.
No
that's
way.
why I'm trying to think of this now. Like I'm trying to like
965.
recall, but I'm like, I feel like she did though.
Let me see. So in the manga they don't show it touching the face, but I'm pretty sure in the anime they kind of just had it swapping. So we have the panel right up in 965 where they just had it. Oh, and they might be talking about when Momo, in the Momo scene. Let me see the Momo scene. Momo scene would be oh, you guys can't see the panels anyways, because in the anime she just swapped. Yeah. So the chapter is 965 for you guys who want to see the Higurashi thing. But the Momo one, which chapter? That'd be 969 probably, because that's right before Odin gets captured. Fool of a Lord. Oh no, it's probably 970 then.
I can't wait to cry my eyes out at Kuma's backstory and then have Sai roast it in some way.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Oh, Higurashi does not touch their face. Yeah, you're right. I'm watching the anime right now.
Yeah. And the thing is about the anime is that they've done this so many times where they just like make shit up about the powers in between. And then for it to like, one thing that bothers, I brought this up at the Reverie. The one thing that bothers me is like the Heart Pirates. Someone was saying like they came in and were like, we need to all apologize to the Heart Pirates now that they're like actually useful. I'm like, no, we don't. Like they were validly undermined the entire time. And like the thing is like when they fought against Blackbeard, yeah, like what was it? Shashi and Penguin could swim, right? But when Onigashima,
everybody can swim, bro.
When in Onigashima, when they need to save Luffy. In the manga, they don't make it a problem, but in the anime, they made it so that they needed to crash the ship on Luffy in order to save them, when they could have just left the ship and got him and then brought him back in the ship. They made it a whole ordeal in the like, I think it was a whole like 10-minute thing where they're like, careful, and they're like steering the ship to crash into Luffy, and then they surface and then they bring him in and they're like, what do we do now? And they like look at his like lifeless corpse and like, we don't know CPR. Our captain's a doctor. We don't know any of this shit. Hopefully he lives. And I'm like the anime just filled in random shit there. And I'm like, I love the anime. I watch the anime all the time, but it's like, yo, you can't knock that. Sometimes they make shit up. Sometimes they do. Because 100%, if the editors or animators knew that Shachi and Penguin could swim like that, they wouldn't have made that shit up like that in Onigashima.
It could be the water pressure, you know?
Because you don't open a submarine underwater, but they can, and they did. Didn't they do that in the manga in 10?
When?
Hold on, let me see 1068.
Do they open their submarine underwater?
But also, submarines have a pressurized cabin thing where you can. There's a compartment that you decompressors, and then it's not like the whole submarine gets sunk afterwards, and then you leave. How do you think like deep sea divers get there? They don't swim miles below.
Will the world of One Piece have that room in Lost Ship though?
All right, if we're gonna have one goddamn submarine in the entire. The other part of it is we have another submarine ship. The Baratier's sister ship is a submarine where people dock on it underwater and they enter it and they open it up underwater. It's not like they serve food like it just magically appears in the ship. No, they enter in underwater. They don't surface every time they get a guest. You can look it up. The Baratier has a sister
ship. Wait, the Baratier goes underwater?
The Baratier, so Patty and the other person, they have a sister ship that is a submarine, and I made a video about that.
The paddle ship?
No, not the paddle ship. It's a full-on submarine. You can look it up. So it's a sister ship, and it's a submarine. And I made a video, or not made a video, but I talked about it in the sense of maybe I was saying in Wano, what if the Baratier just showed up and just was like there with Sanji, and that saved them? I didn't think I made it in that line of context, but I forgot. Like I was like, what if in the New World, Zeph just shows up with like the Baratier, and it's a thing. You can see it. The sister ship. I forgot the name of it. Let me see. 1068.
I feel like I know what you're talking about. I feel like I've seen it before. Yeah, this whole episode right now is just the mandala effect.
It's in a cover story.
We're all just being hit by it right now.
Yeah, let me see the
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. It is in a cover story. I'm looking at it.
Yep. Yeah.
It looks like a pufferfish.
Yep. I'll make shit up, bro. Do I have to make another shirt? I have to spread the good word of Oda. Good word of Oda. Oh yeah, which chapter is it? 1063 is when the things we've surfaced, Captain. Where's Shachi? Is it in here? Yeah, their ship is underwater. 1064. Their ship is underwater, bro.
1064. Oh. I already know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, their ship is underwater, and then they just zoom out. And I'm like, in Onigashima, had they known that, they wouldn't have crashed. This is in the anime specifically. And I'm saying the people on the anime, when they directed that scene, that filler scene, they clearly didn't read 1064. And I think 1064 was available by the time they animated that. Or maybe it wasn't, because, you know, maybe it's like they needed like 2 weeks advance, but...
I mean, in the anime, they also had Prometheus, like, go into the sea, too, right?
Yeah.
Like, anime adds some, like, interesting things, which I'm like, I wonder if they, like, got this approved, or, like... I want to know the hierarchy. I want to know how it works.
While saving Luffy, they were in Onigashima, up. Yeah, but apparently the entire crew can swim. Isn't that the thing? Like, the entire crew can just, like, do shit.
Who did Stussy shoot again on Whole Cake Island? She shot Dufeld.
She finger pistoled him.
Yeah, because he was gonna get the Tamate Bako box, I think.
Which is like, damn.
What a
What are
throwaway
the-
box though. It was so like it was like hyped up for like 200 chapters before that. And
Hey.
it was just like, oh, it just kind of like blew up and that was it. Nobody got hurt by it.
Randy Troy thinks it's going to be important for Gear 5.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like lore-wise, it's really important.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Finger Dufel. Yeah, rest in peace, Dufeld.
Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about real quickly in the thing. I think we covered most of it. I think the Kuma stuff we'll get into an R thing.
Yeah, Kuma's whack.
The whole Bonnie stuff is very weird, very interesting. But I think this is a good time to close out so that we could.
Yeah, I think the
our...
cover page was like the main crux of this chapter.
Yeah, the cover page was the main crux of this chapter.
Yeah, with Caesar on there, the GOAT, top 100 popularity contest winner.
Y'all people know how Stussy drank in Hokkaigan draft. Yeah, Smoothie wrung a giraffe and got it.
The foreshadowing's hard.
Stussy's devil fruit kind of reminds me of Robin's awakening. Well, we don't know if it's a devil fruit just yet, but yeah, chapter 1021 brought it up earlier. I wish my Elgato was working so I could show you guys what we were seeing. But with that, guys, want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Knockup stream. Well, technically, this is just the Milky Way stream. I might even title this the Milky Way stream on its own because it ended up becoming a second stream. But if you guys want to hear more from me and Sai, tune in to our collab discussion about chapter 1072 that gets posted on his channel. And we're not on break week, right? Next week we have 1073.
No, yeah, we got a chapter.
All right, cool. So 1073 is going to be next week. See you guys next time. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for having a good time. Thank you guys for just being here. First stream of 2023. Think it went well, all things considered, despite, you know, turning into Pika, technical difficulties, all that stuff. Notifications.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, notifications on for Sai and ParVision. Thank you, Kuya. Everyone should be doing that. So with that, have a good one. See you guys later. Oh, and stay tuned. I think I have a theory video coming out Saturday. It'll be posted Saturdays. Noon Eastern time is when I'll schedule it. And then maybe depending on how hard I work, there might be another one on Sunday and Monday.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.